Oh yeah, are you ready now? It's Bash on the beat. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I figured I would come at you guys. Sorry guys, it's nighttime. With an update. Well, not really an update, but just like a catch up session. And I have to sneeze. Whew. Okay, if you said bless you, thank you. Yeah, come at you guys with a quick like catch up of what's been happening since my last video. So my last video, I remember I told you guys that I couldn't wait for this semester to be over. Feeling is still the same. Actually today is the last day of spring break, so we had a week off, so it's not much of an update to give you guys. But we did have our last pediatrics clinical on Sunday, and that was so boring, guys. It was so slow in there. Like, literally did not do much. Like, the patients weren't like that exciting, which is good because, you know, you don't want kids to be sick or have anything wrong, so it's good. But, you know, for me, it's just like, okay, just sitting here talking to the nurse, talk to her, like asked her about her nursing journey and stuff like that. It was just so like torturous, and I can wait for it to be over. So I'm officially done with pediatrics, guys. Yes, one class down, but technically not fully done because we still have the pediatrics Kaplan. That is going to be in May. The reason why it wasn't immediately after our class is because they said that Kaplan can only do one for like the entire semester, and since they split us in half, they're waiting until the other half. Since we switched now, since we finished pediatrics, the OB, us and the OB/maternity group, we switched. So once they're done in May, then we'll all take the Kaplan together, and the same for maternity. So they haven't taken their Kaplan as well. So Kaplan counts for 5% of our final grade. So right now, in pediatrics, and I don't know if I spoke to you guys about the final for pediatrics, but that was a whole hot mess and a half. Okay, like I passed with an 83, I believe. So my final grade as of right now is an 86 in pediatrics. Like I said, the Kaplan counts for 5% of our grades. So usually Kaplans are hard. So either way, even if I were to get 0 correct and got a 0% on the Kaplan, my final grade was to be at 81. So I did pass pediatrics with a B. Praise God. So now we're moving on. Mervin. I can't talk, guys. We're moving on to maternity. And yeah, I'm actually excited about this. If you guys are super, super duper OGs, all the way back to LPN school, all the way back to when I had maternity in LPN school, you guys know that I like fell in love with like the women's health clinic that we went to for one day for our clinical. So I was like super interested in like maternity and women's health, and so this is my chance to see if this is something that I would like to go into, if L&D is for me, like, you know. This is my chance to see if like that's where I'll be ending up in after graduation. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. The only thing is that our professor wants us to come in for the class, since it's like half the class, so like it's a safe amount of people. But someone in my cohort did get COVID, so yeah, so that ain't happening anytime soon, which I'm happy about, because it's just like, yo, we're doing fine online. I know professors like for us to come in because, you know, they're used to that setting, but it's like we're learning the same material, and it's still unsafe out here. Like, you know, we're proving time and again that it's still unsafe because this is a second COVID case in our cohort that's happened. So obviously we're not ready to go in to class yet. Like, you know, clinical is enough. In my opinion, clinical is enough, like, in-person time that that we should be getting. But, you know, I don't run the classes, so I can't determine that. But yeah, so coming up, guys, it's about to be a roller coaster ride. So I'm letting you know right now, if you don't see me posting for a while, just know your girl is struggling. No, I'm not struggling, but your girl is going through it. Yeah, so we have our Med-Surg 2. Not our Med-Surg 2. Lord, I'm sorry, guys. We have our Med-Surg Exam 2 on Thursday. That was supposed to be in person as well, but because of what I said happened, we're going to be doing it online, which I'm fine with because I don't have to wake up super early to get to campus to take the exam. Yeah. Med-Surg clinical has been going fine. I'm supposed to be given vaccines sometime in April. So I don't remember if I told you guys, but my class, my entire cohort is supposed to be doing COVID vaccines. It was voluntary, but they did say, like, if we choose to do the vaccines on, like, a Monday of the week, then we won't have to come to clinicals on the Friday. And I would rather give vaccines than go to clinicals. So, yeah. So my date is in April. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to not having to wake up at 5 on a Friday for clinical. Yeah, that's coming up. We have a concept map due for Med-Surg, but our professor is cool, so she's helping us out with it this coming Friday. What else? Maternity clinicals don't start until 2 weeks. The 27th is when we start, so it's going to be on Saturdays. So that'll be interesting. And we're going to be doing like 10 hours instead of like the regular 8 hours. We're just going to be doing 10 hours for like 4 days, I think. And then we have a simulation on the 29th. For research, we have our ongoing research paper that I'm still confused as to what we're doing. I'm being honest. Quality and safety, we have a quality and safety root cause analysis paper. That's like our big term paper. That's not due until like April, late April, so that's good. I'm overwhelmed right now, guys. The only class that I'm really concerned about right now is Med-Surg, because after that first exam, the first exam was really hard. My grade is now like a 75 or a 74, and in my school, a 74 is failing. So yeah, so that's the reason why I'm worried, but I feel like I could bounce back from it in time. So yeah, that's the only thing that's got me stressing, really. And yeah, so that's my update. I'll probably come back at you guys at the end of the week, maybe like Friday or Saturday, and let you guys know how Med-Surg clinical went. But yeah, it's been going well. Just to recap for Med-Surg clinical, my group is in an oncology floor. But because of COVID, it's become like just a mixed type of floor. So not only cancer patients, but also like trauma patients and just like random patients that you wouldn't expect on the oncology floor that don't even have. So yeah, we've gotten a variety of patients. Some of the nurses have been super helpful and like, ooh, I'll show you this. I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how to do this. You want to do this? And others have been like, you guys made me late to pass my meds. That's what happened last week. I didn't tell you guys. So I did the meds for my patient. And I like how my professor handled it. She was more so like last semester, our professor was like, if you pass meds, I'm watching you every step of the way. I'm looking at what you're doing. I'm asking you questions. And this semester, our professor's just like, all right, I'll be out here, scan the bracelet, and, you know, go in there. If you need any help, you could call me, but I'll be outside the door, and you tell me how it is. So I was like, okay. So I did, like, the oral meds, which were, like, simple, but then I was going to give an injection. And so I was just like, can you watch me just in case? Because I don't do injections all the time. So I'm like, can you come in? She's like, okay. So I did it. Only thing is sub-Q, I forgot to let go of the skin before I took out the needle. So some kind of squirted out. Because you know how, like, for sub-Q, you're supposed to, like, give a little pinch, insert the needle, then let go, then take the needle out? Yeah, well, I squeeze the skin, put the needle in, push the medication in, took the needle out, then let the skin go, and the medicine a little bit was just like, And I was like, oh, snap. So when we came out, I was like, yeah, I was supposed to let go of the skin, right? She's like, yeah, but other than that, you did well. It's not like you do it all the time. So, you know, I'm not going to hammer you for it. So I was like, you the bomb, girl. You the bomb. So, yeah, she's really cool. Yeah, I know a couple of videos ago, I said I had to feel her out, but she's cool peeps. And she likes getting out on time. More so before 3, which is cool because she knows, like, you know, she got places to go, people to see, and she knows we do too. So post-conference time, she's like, all right, let's wrap it up. Come on, give me the S-bar, and that's it. Like, no extra stories. But yeah, so that's my update of the week. Like I said, I'm happy that pediatrics clinical is over. Like, and it's crazy because some of you guys would think because I work with peds, like with home care and stuff like that in the bus cases, that I would like it. It's completely different in a hospital setting. And that's why in LPN school, when we had our clinicals, I was just like so sad because I didn't like seeing sick kids like that. Like, in home care and on the bus cases, yeah, the kids are sick, but it's to a point where it's manageable. So it's not like they're super, super sick. Whereas when you go to the hospital, they're super, super sick. And that's what I don't like seeing. So I couldn't wait for it to be over. So yeah, we'll see how maternity goes, like I said. So yeah, guys, I will come back at you guys, like I said, at the end of the week, probably Friday or Saturday, and just let you guys get a recap of how first week of maternity goes, how my Med-Surg 2 exam goes, and yeah, peace. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm giving you guys an update from the last video I did. I think I did it on Monday. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys an update because I said I would come back before I ended the vlog. So yeah, okay, so start with Tuesday. We had quality and safety. I think we were talking about medication errors and, like, you know, different parties responsible, who's more at risk, this, that, and the third. And then Wednesday, we started maternity. So maternity is with the same professor who teaches quality and safety. Yeah, and it went well so far. It's definitely interesting. I'm still interested in it. The information is interesting. It's just the professor, like, she just calls on you nonstop. Like, she comes up with questions, and sometimes it's like patho type questions. Like, why do you believe that this affects women, Ruby? And I'm like, I don't know. So it kind of, for me, I don't like learning. I can't learn that way. Like, I'm the regular boring type of learner where you give the PowerPoint, talk about what's on the PowerPoint, that's it. I learn like that. If you, like, you have your PowerPoint open, but then you just start talking about random stuff, not random, but you start talking about stuff and then asking questions, I can't retain anything because I'm more focused on what question I'm going to ask and how I'm going to answer it than actually, like, the material. So, I mean, for me, it's kind of like, and she wants us to start coming in starting next week. So actually having class in person, which I'm just like, ugh. To me, like, I'm the type who, you've seen, like, the memes, like, for Zoom classes, if it starts at 9 o'clock, 8:55, I'm rolling over off my bed and logging in, like, you know. But since my school is, like, it's about 45 minutes away from me, like, you know, and I have to get up and take a shower and eat and stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna have to wake up at like 7 something. So kind of annoyed about that. But how maternity is gonna go is basically we have 4 clinicals, they're 10 hours. It's just shadowing. So like L&D, antepartum, postpartum, all that stuff. And yeah, we're there for a 10-hour day, which I'm just like, dang, that's so long. All right, y'all, so I'm back. I don't remember where I left off. Like, I got a couple of phone calls, got distracted. I think I was talking about maternity class and how that's going. Basically, how that class is going to go every week until we finish. There's either going to be a quiz or an exam, which it makes sense because it's only like a 6-week course. So it's going to go real fast, just like how peds went fast. But I think I'm going to learn a lot. Hopefully I like clinical. Clinicals are 10-hour days. I don't remember if I said that. 4 10-hour days. And we also have a simulation she split us up into like 3 different groups. So my group is the first group to go for simulation. So I'm kind of glad to get it over with first, just because I feel like the more that you learn, the harder she's going to make simulation. So I'd rather just, you know, get through it first and, you know, while we're still in like the beginning stages of class. Yeah, so that's how maternity, the first week of maternity went. Thursday, we had our exam 2 for med-surg, and y'all, listen, I studied. I read each chapter. I understood everything. I was like, yes, I feel like my professor's getting questions from other places, because there's some stuff that we didn't even cover that was not covered in the chapters. And like I said, I know because I read the chapters that was on the exam. Long story short, I got a 78, which is a big improvement from my first exam score. So right now I'm passing. I'm passing med-surg. So I'm not even gonna aim for an A right now, because, you know, I'm just trying to get through med-surg. Honestly, like, I'm at the point where it's like I'm not fighting for an A. I'm just fighting to get through this program and be out. Like, you know, what else? Oh, also during the exam, so for the exam, we had it online, and we had a second device. So like I had my iPad where we were on Zoom, so our professor could watch, and we have to like face it towards our laptop, angle it in a way where you can't see the answers, but you can see that you're not cheating. So my power went off because it was raining a lot on Thursday, and so like it kind of logged me off, and I was like, Lord, I hope she don't think I'm cheating. So I emailed her real quick, like, listen, it kicked me off the exam, my power went off, like, it's not my fault, do I continue? She said it was fine. She asked me if I needed extra time. I was like, no, I'm good. So yeah, so I got a 78, so I'm passing. Hopefully if she changed, because some of the questions were just like, it didn't make sense. So if she does give a couple of points, that'll be good, because it'll like put me at a B for exam 2. Even if it's just one question, like, it'll put me at a B. So we'll see what she thinks about the exam and how it went. But it was a big improvement from the last one. So I'm like, whew. And I'm so happy that we don't have a Kaplan for Med-Surg 1, because Kaplans usually bring our grades down. They're usually hard. They're not easy at all. So, you know, right now I'm close to that line of no bueno, I'll say. So I'm glad that we don't have a Kaplan to bring it down even further, you know. What else? And then Friday, which was yesterday, we had clinical for med-surg on the oncology floor, as usual. And yeah, it was a pretty chill day, honestly. Like, it was pretty chill. And I like the vibes of this clinical. I don't know if I've stated it before, but like in this clinical, it's kind of like, you know, our professor our clinical instructor isn't on us so much, like every single, what are you doing? What's happening now? What's this? What's that? Blah, blah, blah. She kind of just like, you know, go and spread your wings. If you need any help, call me. If you're going to give medications, let me know. I could be there with you, or if the nurse is fine with doing it, then you could do it with her. So that's basically what happened. Like yesterday, my clinical instructor was talking to someone, and my nurse wanted me to give meds. So she was just like, oh, you want to give the medications? I'm like, oh, let me go check with my instructor. She said it was okay. So I did the meds with the nurse. And it was just like oral. We can't do any IV pushes at clinical. Nothing much with IVs. Like, the most I've done with IVs at a clinical, not in med-surg, but in fundamentals, was just like spike the bag. But other than that, can't really mess with that stuff. Yeah. So other than that, we're usually like helping out our classmates, or like me and our classmates' patients. So yeah, I just like the vibe better, because it's like in previous clinicals, it's kind of like, you know, you just focused on your one patient and you're staying with them the whole day. Whereas in this clinical, it's kind of like, okay, you see your patient, but some of the patients, they get up and they walk and they talk and they could do stuff on their own. So it's like, okay, excuse me, let me go meet one of my classmates' patients and see what they're up to. And let me go say hi and like see an assessment being done on their patient, because we all get different patients, so we all get to see different stuff. So yeah, that's what I like about that. So yeah, we also went over like concept mapping and care plans, because we do have a concept map and care plan due at the end of the semester. So my professor helped me out. It has to be on one of the patients that we've done. We get to choose any patient that we've worked with so far. So most likely I'm going to do mine on the one I had yesterday, especially because my instructor helped me out on like what to put and what I could say. So I think that'll be a lot easier to do. And yeah, that is it for this week. So next week, I have some discussion boards due. Like I said, I have to go in person for maternity class, which I'm just like, ugh, like I don't want to go in person, but whatever. And we have med-surg clinical, and then we start maternity clinical. So that will be on Saturday mornings. So I'm gonna have to wake up early Friday and Saturday mornings, but it's okay. I rather the Saturday mornings than the Sunday mornings like what we have for peds, because I feel like I didn't get to fully enjoy my Saturdays because I had to worry about waking up early on Sunday. So at least with this, it's like, you know, wake up early on Friday, wake up early on Saturday, and then have the rest of the weekend to enjoy. Yeah, so that is it for my update. I'll try to come at you guys next week and let you know how maternity clinicals go. If not, I'll holla at you when I holla at you. You guys should know I say that a lot, so, you know. But I like to give you heads up, like, whenever I plan on not being around for a while, I try to let you guys know. But yeah, so that's my update, guys. I will catch you in the next one.